The echo in the walls. The old house stood quiet on Elm Street, its dark windows staring out like empty eyes. It had been empty for years, ever since the Blackwood family just disappeared. No one knew why, no one knew where they went. It was a mystery that hung over the small town of Heavenwood like a thick fog. Detective Ben Carter, a man with tired eyes and a heart that still felt every case, was new to Heavenwood. He'd moved there for the quiet, to escape the big city's noise. But the Blackwood case, old and cold, seemed to call to him from the town's dusty files. The official report said that just packed up and gone. But Ben had a feeling, a bad feeling. The first clue was founded by chance. A group of kids, daring each other to explore the haunted Blackwood house, found a small silver music box buried in the overgrown garden. It was pretty, but when they tried to open it, it wouldn't budge. They took it to the police station, more scared than brave now. Ben took the music box. It was heavy and cold. He could feel something inside it, rattling softly. He tried to open it, but the lock was old and stuck. He spent hours carefully working at it until, with a soft click, it opened. Inside, nestled on blue velvet, was not a tune but a single folded piece of paper. The paper was old and yellowed. The ink faded. The message was short, written in shaky handwriting. They watch from the shadows. The words know. Find the truth before they find you. The echo. Ben felt a chill. The echo? It sounded like a warning. He looked at the paper again, searching for more clues. Nothing. He went back to the old Blackwood house. The house was cold inside. Even on a warm day, dust covered everything like a silent blanket. The air was still heavy. As Ben walked through the empty rooms, his footsteps seemed to boom. He found a study filled with old books and a big empty desk. On the desk, a single framed photo lay face down. He picked it up. It was a picture of the Blackwood family, a smiling man and woman and two young children. But behind them, in the background, a shadow seemed to stretch, too dark, too long. It was just a trick of the light, he told himself, but a shiver ran down his spine. He searched for hours, nothing, just dust and silence. As evening came, he was about to leave when he heard it, a faint sound, like a whisper, coming from the walls. He put his ear to the cold plaster. It was almost a murmur, a soft repeating sound, not words, just a breath, a faint hum, an echo. He followed the sound, moving from room to room until it was strongest in the master bedroom. He tapped on the wall, listening. One section sounded hollow. He took a crowbar from his car and carefully pried away a section of the wall. Behind it was a small hidden space, and inside a small wooden chest. He pulled it out, his heart beating fast. The chest was old, with a complicated lock, but next to it, tucked into a small hole in the wall, was a tarnished silver key, the same kind of key as the one on the music box. The key fit. With a click, the chest opened. Inside, there were no jewels or money. Instead, there was a stack of old letters tied with a faded ribbon and another thicker notebook. The letters were from the Blackwood family, written to a friend, speaking of strange events, of feeling watched, of a growing fear. They spoke of odd noises at night, of shadows moving in the woods near their home. But it was notebook that made Ben's blood run cold. It was Silas' Blackwood diary. Silas, the father. The first few pages were normal, everyday things. Then the tone changed. He wrote of a strange man coming to the house, asking questions about the land, about something ancient buried deep in the earth. He wrote of a group, a secret society who believed the land held a great power, and that the Blackwoods were somehow connected to it. Then came, then came the chilling entry. They know. They have been here, inside the walls. They left a mark, a symbol. We are trapped. They want the echo, the power within the earth. They say it only truly wakes with a sacrifice. Ben felt a wave of nausea. A sacrifice? He flipped to the last page. The writing was shaky, almost unreadable. They are here. I hear them in the walls. They are the echo. They want the children, my little Lily, my brave Tom. I heard the music box. The truth in the walls. Don't tell them. Don't let them. The echo. It's a whisper. Then I scream. The final entry ended abruptly, smeared with what looked like a dark old stain. Ben looked at the hole in the wall, then back at the dusty room. The whisper he'd heard, the echo, it wasn't just a sound, it was Silas's last desperate message, trapped within the house, a warning to anyone who dared to listen. He understood now. The Blackwoods hadn't just left, they had been taken, and the secret society, those who believed in the power of the echo in the earth, were still out there. Suddenly, a floorboard creaked above him. He froze. The house was supposed to be empty. He slowly, carefully pulled out his gun. He moved to the staircase, his senses sharp. He heard another faint sound like a soft shuffle from the second floor. He went up the stairs, each step a loud noise in the silent house. He checked the first room empty, the second also empty. But as he stood in the hallway, a soft breeze seemed to blow past him, carrying with it a faint, sweet smell, a smell he remembered from crime scenes, a metallic, glowing scent. He pushed open the door to the last bedroom, the children's room. It was neat, toys still on shelves, beds unmade as if they'd just stepped out for a moment. But on the floor near the window was a small, fresh patch of disturbed dust, and in it a clear footprint. Not an old one, a new one. And then he heard it again, louder this time, a deep rhythmic hum coming from below the house, from the basement, the true source of the echo. Ben's heart pounded. He knew he wasn't alone. He was no longer investigating an old case. He was in the middle of a live one. The secret society, the one Silas wrote about, was still active, and they were here, in this house, maybe even watching him. He moved silently to the basement door, his hand on the cold door knob. The hum grew stronger, a low thrumming that seemed to vibrate through the very foundations of the house. He took a deep breath, pushed the door open, and stepped into the darkness, ready to face whatever lay waiting in the echoing depths below. The blackbirds had vanished, but their truth, a terrifying whisper from the walls, was finally about to be heard, and Ben Carter was the only one left to listen.